My mom's some.
Tug along with the Sunday crew. Geeking out is what we do. Giggle on, it's gonna be great. Don't be late, let's celebrate. Science fiction on a screen so bright. Old classics and the new delights. The unapologetic geek will lead the way with facts and fun to fill your day. Discussing every detail, every frame, from the eerie to the loud and the tame. Giggle along with all that's great. Those Sunday vibes you can't debate. Tug along with the Sunday crew. Geeking out is what we do. Giggle on, it's gonna be great. Don't be late, let's celebrate.
Hi.
Greetings from South Carolina.
Hello, and welcome back to Tug Chat. So we're going to continue our discussion of horror movies that are so bad they're bad. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and look at the chat. Say hi to the people who are already here.
Good morning.
So good morning to Sarah. Good to see you
Sarah.
as always. And she says, "Happy birthday, Thrash."
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
by the way,
going around.
in joke to all you folks, it's my channel, Facebook channel's birthday. I used that date when I started it up. But thank you, everyone, for wishing me a happy birthday. Very kind of you.
Keithy is here, also wishing
Thank
you
you.
happy birthday after calling you
Thank you as
Thrush.
well. Thank you. Thank you.
And,
Trash.
and Slender Man says Thrash Pondo does not look 115 years old.
I have a good moisturizer.
Yeah. Tracy, always good to see you as well.
Tracy Bubala.
What's up, Tracy?
Just Carolyn is here.
Mr. Curran.
And hello, Nicole Baker, as
Oh,
always.
long time no see. Good to see you. Welcome back.
And of course, our instant fact checker,
Indy.
Indie Spoats. He's already trying to start a fight.
And Rats was actually a pretty good movie, so I
Yeah.
can't give you that one. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've got a couple that probably nobody's seen. That are...
Carolyn says a birthday is a birthday, so celebrate it all you want.
Thank you very much. And yes, Indy, I know that you were saying rats is in like, oh, rats, like from the Little Rascals.
Yeah,
but
well,
anyway.
Rats.
I'm pretty
is
sure
one
there
of
was
them-
a joke in there
Hey,
too.
hey, Tug. Rats is one of the movies I can honestly say I enjoy Tron much better than.
Veiled compliment, but I'll
Yes.
take it. So anyway, I think we should just go ahead and get started. And since he was not here last week, we're going to start with Damien.
Oh, awesome! Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna start with a movie that you can use as a comparison to other movies to decide whether another movie is actually bad or not. Because like this and the other one I'm going to discuss, they both kind of almost equally set the bar for, is this a movie that's bad but enjoyable, or is this just a bad movie?
That's the
Okay.
line we keep skating on this topic.
Yeah, this is a bad movie. This and the other one I'm going to talk about. Hopefully, if nobody else talks about it, but I'm going to start with Fear.com.
Oh God.
Which if you've never seen, I implore you to go watch it just so that you can set that bar of what is an actual bad movie. So if you've never seen it, it's basically The Ring, but set to a online website that has a malevolent spirit that once you go to this website, you have 48 hours to live, unless you somehow figure out what it is you're supposed to do, because nobody knows what you're supposed to do. The acting in this movie, it's like, okay, so it's got some good or decent actors and actresses. It's got Stephen Dorff in it, Natasha McKellen, Stephen Ray, you know, they're in this movie, but it's like when you watch it, it's almost like the director just was like, you know, would shoot one take of one scene, and they go, "Great, cut, print, we're done. That's it for the day. Let's go have lunch." You know, it's like they did every scene in one take. Like it's almost like everybody's reading off the card kind of thing.
Dude, I honestly, God thought that movie was shot with an iPhone and was a joke. You mean it's really a serious movie?
Yes.
I thought it was some YouTube joke movie.
No.
I watched it. I was like, oh God, they shot this with an iPhone. It's so horrible.
It actually had like a budget of $40 million.
No.
$40 million budget. And it grossed like 18.9. So
it made money?
No, it lost money. It lost, you know,
it
$22 million.
Money.
Yeah, I was surprised. I
thought a bunch of people made this thing with an iPhone for YouTube. I did not know this was a real movie. That is so sad, man. I need to catch up.
And it's kind of sad because the idea behind it was at least kind of sort of interesting.
It's just
you know,
yeah.
But like the entire execution of everything within the movie, with exception of maybe a few of the special effects having to do with the actual website, which was kind of cool-ish. You know, everything about it other than that, it was like, you know, incoherent, going from one place to another with no real, like, you know, transition or understanding of how they got there or why. You're just there next, you know, and just and the whole concept of the guy, you know, the bad guy is like, you know, cutting up these women in his, like, you know, secret lair thing, you know, that was, I mean, the movie was actually like, it's violent, it's kind of disgusting. I mean, it's, you know, parts of it are like, it's like, you know, kind of horrific, but at the same time, at no point during the movie are you actually scared about anything. You're just like, you're just kind of like going through this movie, one scene after another, and you're just, the entire time I'm watching it, I'm like sitting there going, you know, I could be doing my taxes right now. I could be doing a lot of other things other than wasting my life watching this movie. But like I said,
I felt watching movies last night and this morning.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's so bad. Everybody should go watch it just so that they can know how bad a movie can be.
I have never seen it, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers reacting to it, and I've seen like clips from that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not wrong about the acting. Holy!
Oh, it's bad.
It's like not even filming one take. It's like negative one take. It's like filming the rehearsals and calling it a day.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, oh yeah, exactly. It's like they filmed the rehearsals, like they just read the line on the script before they walked onto the set. No direction, just, you know, you're gonna walk here and say this, you know, and it's just like, come on, who directed this, and why would they think that this was okay? You know?
And if you want to see this movie, you
Brent,
can find it
we're
on My Cool Movies, Volume 1 on the Danny Staten channel.
It's like, it's one of those, I don't know, man. Like, I think for a lot of the movies that are on my list, they're movies that I went into with expectations that were just ruined. Whereas I would have no good expectations for a movie called Fear.com, which, by the way, just one word, Fear.com.
Yeah, Fear.com. Spelled out.
Spelled out, yeah.
And then
so
you have to put in
Google.
the .com after it in the movie. It's Fear.com.com.
So
and again, and like, I haven't seen it. I'll defer to your description. But so many movies, the premise is pretty solid. So it's like, you know, how can you misfire at this? It sounds like, and so many movies do this, it sounds like it was a paycheck.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even put in the effort to try to act like they cared.
Yeah. But the fact that it had a $40 million budget and everybody just saw it as a paycheck, it's like, come on, it's got a $40 million budget. It really doesn't have any, like, special, like, filming
that's
locations.
A money laundering scheme with that.
Yeah, that's, you know, the money didn't go into the production. Let's just put it that way.
The producers.
Yeah. That's where the money went. So, you know, oh man, it's just bad. I hope to never ever see that movie again. You know,
We'll just try not
willingly
to
at
watch
least.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to
Walk
figure out
around.
how much the little iPhones cost that they filmed it on.
Well, considering it was filmed in like '02 or whatever, it would have been a flip phone, a
Is it
camera
that
phone.
old?
You know? Yeah, it's from '02. It came out the same year as The Ring, but it came out first, I think.
Well, The Ring
And
at
The Ring-
least like was based on the Japanese Ringu. So
I
like,
think the person that wrote the script of this movie read the novel
That book,
Ringu,
right.
yeah, and then read the book and then said, "I got a better idea. Let's
I don't know
let's
why,
take that
but
same story because it is almost exactly the same friggin' story when you really look at it. Just things moved around a
but
bit,
it's a website.
but it's a website instead of a
Cursed
VHS
website.
tape. Yeah, the
I
cursed
don't know why
website.
when you brought up that Ring remake, I like the Japanese version. I seen it with the little
Ringu, yeah.
with the little subtitles. I like
Yeah.
even reading it better than the remake.
I agree.
I like all three versions. I've read the book, which actually is more of a Japanese melodrama than a horror book. It's actually really interesting. And then there's the Japanese version, which preserves some of that melodrama, but mostly it's just a really good horror movie. And I even like the American version. I thought it was a solid remake.
No, I do, but I like the Japanese version better. But you're right. Of the when they were that whole Japanese adaptation renaissance in that time period, I think the Ringu was one of the better adaptations.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, others not so much.
I think it was directed by the same guy, wasn't it? I could be wrong. I may
Yeah,
be thinking of another
I
one.
like a lot of the Japanese originals better than the American.
Well, most of
remake,
them are terrible, like The Grudge.
as long as they don't involve anime.
Oh, and you remind me of that's how Doctor Strangelove got made. Is they were pre-production for Failsafe, and Kubrick said this would work so much better as a dark comedy, and it did. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Failsafe is very good, but I think Doctor Strangelove is better.
Wasn't there another Japanese movie? It was like Pulse or something like that.
Yeah, that one got an American version.
But yeah, there was a Japanese version and an American version, and the Japanese version's better because I've seen it and Pulse. And anyway, the Japanese version.
Yeah, there's a lot like that. There's a lot of Japanese horror movies that got remade, especially in the early 2000s. It was like the rage because of The Ring mostly. Yeah, like The Grudge and
The Audition.
Okay, Audition is a whole different subject.
Oh boy.
We can talk about movies that messed us up some other time.
I'll give The Grudge one thing. It did have some good jump scares in it. So
that's true. And the imagery of the like hand coming out of the hair in the shower is pretty cool. I'll give it that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The Japanese version is way better.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've seen the Japanese version of The Grudge. I may have once a long time ago. I can't remember, but I rewatched The Grudge with my daughter recently, and I was like, I remembered it's like all the hair standing moments where it's like hair on the back of my neck stands up. I'm like, ooh.
There's another one that like I don't remember the name of it, but I saw both the Japanese and the American version. It's where like some kid gets his eye replaced or her eye replaced, and she starts seeing ghosts. I can't remember the name of it.
I think I've seen that.
But that's another one where the Japanese version was better. The American version wasn't terrible.
I'm drawing a blank on the name too, but there's one about a giant monster that comes out of the ocean and he eats this kid on the beach.
Oh, that one. That's a Korean movie. What is it called?
The Host.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah,
it's extremely anti-American. But I still love it. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
I did not love that movie, and I tried so hard to. I don't know. It just missed something, and I'm not sure what. I would have to rewatch it to remember. I mean, I thought it was a great premise, but it just didn't click. Maybe cultural bias or something.
Well, I watched The Host, and it even had the little subtitles. And it was one of the few movies you could read that was still really good. Most of the time, you're so distracted reading the movie, you can't enjoy it on a subtitle thing.
As somebody who watches a lot of foreign movies, I find that funny. But anyway,
it's annoying to have to read a movie, man. I prefer to watch them talk out of sequence and their mouth moves the wrong way than have to read a bunch of stuff.
I'm deaf, man. I put subtitles on no matter what I'm watching.
Don't mean to laugh, but I know how you feel. Yeah. Snark. And thank you for the wishes, Snarky.
Oh, you're right, Indy. It's called The Eye. There you go. But that's not what the Japanese one is called. The Japanese one had a better name.
The Ayo. Ayo. You there?
So on the subject of
Slasher Fred, yeah, I know that movie. The one where it was about electricity. That was a
Shocker
cool movie. Yeah.
No, Pulse. Okay.
Pulse. There was a movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Joey Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, where he it's like coming through the TV and stuff, and it's like they show the scenes where like circuitry's melting inside, it's rewiring itself, kind of thing. Yeah, that was a neat movie.
That movie's pretty bad, dude. It really is. Maybe
I haven't seen it since the 80s.
You haven't seen Shocker.
Oh, I've seen Shocker. No, I like Shocker. Shocker's great. I mean, it's bad, but it's great.
You talking the Shocker or?
No, the movie with the guy who's in an electric chair and he like becomes electricity.
Oh.
It's really dumb, but
That's horrible.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I've seen that.
that's
a
like
long
late
time
80s,
ago.
early 90s. Somewhere.
Yeah, that was one of those. Yeah.
One of them movies
every
I
other
don't
weekend
wanna
at
see again.
every other
It's
weekend
like-
at my dad's house movies where we just like saw it on the shelf and I was like, let's watch a horror movie. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so for my first pick, I'm actually going to pick one that's very controversial because this is a very loved movie in the horror community. It's considered the start of the whole elevated horror movement that we have now with movies like Get Out and Hereditary, which are movies I do like. I like Get Out and I like Hereditary. They're good movies. But this one, I think it's the cinematic example of that guy who thinks he's really, really smart, but he's actually really stupid. And It Follows. I do not like this movie. I think it is dumb, and I think it is an obvious metaphor. Like, oh no, a teenager has a hedonistic lifestyle, and now there's an invisible monster stalking her. Oh, it's so dumb. I think the climax at the pool is probably the best part of the movie, but even that's kind of lame. I find the acting terrible. I find the directing kind of boring, not very interesting. I just don't understand why the movie is so popular. I don't understand why it's considered like a landmark in horror these days. I think it's just a dumb, stupid movie that's not nearly as smart as it thinks it is. So there you go.
I can't understand why when you said climax about the pool part, I thought of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Well, yeah,
I know why you thought
I
that.
can understand why you did that.
I feel bad. It's like,
I have never watched It Follows all the way through. I've watched like scenes here and there, but it's just like it's one of those movies I looked at and I was just like, no.
It's also very
I'm not gonna
boring.
watch
It's
that.
not very exciting.
Yeah.
It's funny how many horror movies are boring, and how can a horror movie be boring? You know, it's like
it's supposed to be like a roller coaster ride almost,
Exactly.
Like,
some are funny, intentionally or
Mhm.
otherwise.
Mhm.
Some make you like jump out of your seats. But if you're bored, it's a total misfire.
And when you make the monster invisible,
Mhm.
that never really works out too well
Cop-out.
unless it's the Invisible Man.
I never liked the premise of the Invisible Man. I'm very, very sorry. I don't care how translucent you make something. It's going to refract light. You will be able to see it to an extent. And it just
There's all those logistical things. I like that one Chevy Chase movie tries to deal with it. Memoirs of an Invisible Man, where like he eats and you can see his food being digested and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
They mentioned that in the original. They mentioned that in the H.G. Wells. He has to hide for like an hour or so after he eats.
Right?
Eats, yeah.
That's the one
But
with the
again,
robe.
it just
Remember he was wearing the robe on kind of that in the original movie?
Yeah. He had the whole outfit and he covered his face and everything. But he did take it off occasionally.
And I thought Claude Rains was great. I mean, it's well acted and it was nicely put together. But of all H.G. Wells's scientific, you got to be kidding me, that was the one that always bothered me the most. I mean, being attacked from Mars, I'm okay with that. Time travel, why not? Endless warfare, gotcha. But turning somebody invisible, hey.
I'll tell you what, though, the invisible thing, to me, as much as people love the Invisible Man stuff, I always found it a cop out and kind of a studio cheap thing to make the monster or the man invisible, because that way it just saves you a lot of money.
Although invisible effects are kind of tricky to do them right.
Yeah, but most if you notice, most invisible movies just go through an invisible eye following something around. You don't get a lot of the invisible special effects.
The Invisible Man.
I love the Invisible Man. It's my favorite Universal classic monster.
There was an old joke from Mego or something years ago where it was the Invisible Man. It was just an empty box.
Look, hey, check this out, man. Check it out. Mine's an actual Invisible Man action
Yeah, I
figure.
know. Yeah. I paid $300 for this one.
You get
And
like
You can't see it because
the-
it's actually
the
invisible.
card with the bubble cover on it, and there's nothing inside. It's the Invisible Man.
And it's signed, but you can see the signature either.
Yeah, really.
Hollow
You
Man.
signed
That's
it in invisible ink.
That is actually on my list, Hollow Man. If we're going to talk about
people-
Invisible Man movies, that
People
I
know
don't
I'm a
like.
big Star Trek fan, and they send me crap. Somewhere back here, I've got a whole bunch of action figures of Jean-Luc Picard, but it's where he's Sherlock Holmes. It's where he's some detective from the 1950s. They're action figures, but they're Picard and different. The Borg, Captain Picard. It's all the different Picards.
Indy does raise a good point. The monster in Forbidden Planet was in fact invisible, and it's a great.
Yeah, but you saw him when he come into the light a lot.
Eventually, and it's that really cool animation. I remember watching that like when I was like a kid. Going,
Yeah, when he steps into the force field and
yeah,
you
it's
can
really
see
neat.
it. Yeah, that's a cool part.
The way they animated that's really interesting too, because they did it backwards. Usually
did they
drawing on white, and it was like a drawing on black, and then they reversed it so that it looks all glowy and stuff. The same effect they later used in Tron. A great movie, no matter what Dan says.
Yeah. Yes, Tron is a great movie.
Once
Dan.
again, let me point out the fact I'd a whole lot rather sit through any Tron movie than Hollow Man.
Yeah, I really don't like Hollow Man. Hollow Man makes me mad.
Yeah,
Hollow Man makes a lot of people angry.
It's disturbing.
I forgot all about that movie until you brought it up there.
I try to forget about that movie with all my
I love
heart.
all the actors in the movie, but I hate the movie with a passion.
Hey, I got you one better. I don't even like some of the actors in the movie.
Fair enough.
They just made it worse.
Okay.
That guy's name? What's that guy?
What, Kevin Bacon?
Yeah. He made
How
that
did you
movie
forget the name
Tremors.
Kevin Bacon?
He made that movie Tremors, and I swear to God, that could be the only movie he ever made I like.
Dan is a seventh degree.
Right.
It's the best I can do on such short notice. Sorry, guys.
Hollow Man isn't worth hating.
I disagree, especially with that that scene, the SA scene, we'll say. I find that scene like actually offensive.
It's disturbing, and it is,
and it's completely unnecessary to the movie.
Yes!
I am a lover of horror movies. I even like the crappy horror movies pointed out before, like The Giant Claw. If I don't like a movie, you know something's wrong with it when it's a horror movie.
The one thing I will say about Hollow Man is that it's better than its sequel, starring Christian Slater. That's real bad.
Is that the one where he's wearing?
They made a sequel of it.
They did. They made a Hollow Man 2 with Christian Slater.
Follower.
It's so bad.
But I seen this recently. I saw this Invisible Man movie where he's not really invisible. He's just wearing some kind of bio suit that makes him invisible.
Oh, that's the remake, the Invisible Man remake, which I like. I know you don't.
The absolute worst Invisible Man movie that ever freaking existed.
Hard disagree, but okay.
It's an insult to the Invisible Man franchise.
Okay, so was that your pick, Danny, Hollow Man, or do you want to talk about something else?
That's good enough, I guess. I could go with it. But
We can bring it up again.
Okay. I did not bring it up. Somebody else did.
Yeah, I think I did. Somebody in the chat did, but it is on my list. So it's kind of like a freebie.
It's my turn, and I'm going to bring up something.
That one's off the list now.
I got to bring up something that's your fault, Tug. Because last night on a stream, we were talking about it. And Tug brought up the fact that there was a remake from 2009 of It's Alive. And I'm like, how did I not know about this? How have I never heard of this?
Because you're blessed.
Immediately after the stream, I watched the first 25 minutes of it. And then this morning when I got up, I immediately had morning coffee and watched another 25 minutes of it. Then I went and had breakfast, took a shower, got cleaned up for the show. And while I'm waiting on showtime to go, I had a cigar and kicked back and watched the last of it. And oh my God, this could be the worst piece of crap ever made. This movie is truly a nightmare of horrible.
It's Alive from Temu. It's real bad. Like I watched it because I have a review of It's Alive coming out in like an hour and a half. The original, the good version. And so I watched the remake after I learned about it because I didn't learn about it until I was researching the original. I'm like, there's a remake? I had no idea. I'd seen the very silly sequels. It still lives, and It's Alive
Island.
3, Island of the Alive.
I didn't hate Island of the Alive, but they look goofy when they get big.
Oh, they're goofy, but they're like compared to the remake, they're like Citizen Kane. Like, the remake is so bad. It's like it's written by. It felt like it was written by a 14-year-old and who had just like read a book on how to write a screenplay, and the dialogue is so ridiculously heavy-handed every second of the movie. The actors couldn't act their way out of a paper bag, even though like the movie actually follows the mother instead of the father this time. The actress is trying her hardest, bless her heart, but she can't do it. I don't know if it was the directing or if it really was that she just has no talent, but it was bad. And the baby isn't a big mutated monster like it is in the original. It's just normal baby that every once in a while turns into a CG monster.
They named it after me. They call it Daniel. It's a cute little fella. It's a cute little fella, but it's what we call a weird baby. Every once in a while, it just turns into a
It just goes crazy. Yeah.
Unless they're law enforcement, which it kindly leaves alone. Mostly.
So it apparently only made $1 million in the box office.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm surprised it even has a box office. I really thought it was direct to video.
Direct to video, I thought it was a damn sci-fi movie.
It feels like it. It feels like an asylum version. Yeah, and famously in the original It's Alive, you only see the baby for like 10 shots. It's only maybe like 20 seconds total. You actually see the baby even less in the remake. And like I said before, it's a normal baby, and then it's a CGI abomination, and then it's a normal baby again. That's it. That's all you see.
Now, I got to wonder in this movie, honestly, because when it's born, the power flickers and all kind of weird stuff happens, and then the multitude of horror happens in the room where the baby's born. And I always wondered through this whole movie, was it a demonic devil baby like turning into a demon and killing people, or was it like an alien thing that comes out, or even a werewolf baby or something? Because it never explains what's going on with this baby.
Not at all.
It never explains why it changes or turns into a eater. I don't even think it was originally It's Alive baby. I think it was supposed to be something else. I just put that title on it myself.
But it's got what's his name? The Larry. God, what is his name? Larry Cohen. Larry Cohen's name is on it as one of the executive producers, but he probably just signed a check or something.
Exactly. Take this and we'll make you an executive producer. Okay.
All right, whatever.
And when that movie came out in the 70s, I think I was 9 or 10. I had to leave the room when they had that commercial. The commercial was actually scary to me in the actual movie. I actually didn't see the movie, I think, until I was in college, because I was like traumatized from the ad campaign.
It's one of the best trailers ever, like
it is.
Hands down.
It gets in your mind.
And it's so simple. It's just there's something wrong with the Davis baby. It's alive, and you see the little claw coming out of the bassinet. That's it. That's the whole trailer. It's great.
And the heartbeat. And the heartbeat.
Whenever we talk about these movies like It's Alive and all these old horror movies, and I realize, hey, my parents took me to actually go see this stuff when it come out in the theater. I had the coolest parents on earth. Just every one of these movies that we talk about most of the time, I seen in the theater when I was 9 or 10 years old, like It's Alive. And
yeah, I'd go to the movie theater to see like the latest Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th movie. My parents didn't care. They knew I could take it. And I could.
I think it was just, now that I think about it, I remember being taken to the theater for the afternoon shows and dropped off and given a handful of money. Go see a couple of movies. Go over to McDonald's, get you something to eat, watch another movie.
And yet somehow...
Call us on the payphone when you need a ride home.
They were
that's why they got
alone
rid of
time.
the kids for the day back then. Hey, we were the kids for the whole day. They had the movies. They were playing video games and watching horrible old monster movies.
Yeah, back in the old days, like you used to just pay the price of admission to the movie theater, and you could just stay there as long as you wanted. You could watch any movie you wanted and just stay inside. But I think that ended sometime in the mid-70s, before I was even born. So
And we used to go to the mall and go to the arcade and play, and then go to the movies. Me and my cousin, who was a year older than me, and that's we spend the whole day there. Just
We'd always
Yeah.
go,
parents were happy as
I love to
heck.
go. I love to go to
no
the
problems.
Yeah. Bye bye.
You know,
See you
The
later.
best theater to go to around here was this place called the Belvedere,
Mhm.
because you go in, you pay your little $3 to get your ticket, and
Can
it
you see the
always
Duomo from
$3 for a movie ticket, and always be on Saturday a double feature, and it would always be something cool. No matter what it was, I was going to buy that $3 ticket and go watch them two old horror movies from the '60s or '70s, like The Thing with Two Heads or The Giant Mask or whatever. And
The Thing with Two Heads is not a horror
you
movie.
go by and you got the little pop. And back then, popcorn was a quarter and a drink was a quarter. But you had all these
Not
video games and pinball machines in there you could play before the movie started or during intermission. You come back out and play some games. It was fun to go back to the theater back then. It really was an experience.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right, Keith. I meant signed the back of the check, not the front of the check. But that's what I meant. That's just not how it came out. Yeah. And yeah, if you go to back in the day, if you'd go to a drive-in and it was a double or triple feature, at least one of them, usually the one on the bottom, would be a schlocky horror movie. I think that's where most schlocky horror movies went before the advent of Suncoast Video or Blockbuster. So that brings me to Thrash. Oh, that's funny. And speaking of Suncoast Video, last night's stream, Chance at one point went, "Yeah, any of you guys remember this place? It was called a Suncoast Video." Like, really, Chance?
I still haven't. That was the best job I ever had in my life. I still haven't gotten over it. It's like it's left a hole in my heart that just sorry about that. But anyway, so let's see. I'm going to pick one out of left field, and again, remember, bad horror should be fun, funny, enjoyable on some level.
Exactly.
And when it's not, there's something wrong here. And I'm going to pick a trauma film, which should have been a lot of fun. I'm going to pick Surf Nazis Must Die.
Oh, yeah, that is a really disappointing.
Good choice. That's horrible.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been. It's a post-apocalyptic gangster social commentary. This movie had everything.
Surfer Nazis. I mean, come on.
Surfer Nazis. I mean, how can you not
How can this be boring?
Exactly. And I remember watching it and I was in high school and I was eating this crap like this up. Oh, hey, Angela, what's going on? And I remember thinking, there's like a 15-minute surf scene. I'm like, what did you decide to make Endless Summer while you were halfway through? And it's supposed to be the surf battle, and it's not. They're just doing surf tricks. And I'm like, again, never watched Endless Summer. Surfing never interested me. I mean, maybe in Point Break, but that's because it was very subdued. But anyway, and again, it's a quest for revenge, and quest for revenge is usually pretty good because it's like one at a time, and it's like 10 Little Pilgrims, that type of thing. But I just. But I remember after it was over saying, what did I just watch? And again, how could you not have fun with this? I mean, it's a farce. The fact that you can run wild and they didn't. It's almost like they couldn't decide what they wanted to do. Like they picked like 3 or 4 great premises, tried to match them together, and never really decided on which particular one. But yeah, that's a movie that, and I love recommending Trauma because they're so fun and schlocky. Even The Dark Tower, better known as Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell, even that one you can have fun with. But I mean, Surf Nazis Must Die, it was so bad, it was actually bad.
Good, very, very good pull. I haven't seen that in a very long
seen
time.
That movie.
But like on the title alone, you'd rent it and you'd watch it thinking this is going to be great. And it turns out it's like the filmmakers were just filming themselves surfing, getting some footage of themselves surfing just for home movies. And then at some point they decided, if we throw in 20 extra minutes of footage that we just like film here on the beach, we could turn this into a movie. That's what it feels like. Okay. The movie is so dull with such a great concept and a great title that could have been one of the best movies ever, and it's got Trauma name on it. How is this bad? It doesn't make any sense. Brought to you by the people who made the original Toxic Avenger.
Say no more. You know, it's
I think the movie got traction just for that alone, not because of the actual movie. I think it's more infamous for its title than anything else. Anyway, that's a great choice. Great choice.
thank you. Thank you.
It looks ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
not. It should be
Really
more
is.
ridiculous.
It should be okay.
I wish they'd remake that because you could do it so well. You know what I'm saying?
And it would be better than the remake of Toxic Avenger. So I hear. I haven't seen it myself.
Well, the remake of Toxic Avenger would have been a lot better if maybe they had a full-size Toxic Avenger, not the micro version.
I don't know. Calling Peter Dinklage toxic makes perfect sense. Anyway, Damien, it is now your turn.
My turn again. Okay, so what I was saying earlier, I had two that I kind of tied for, benchmark horrible movies. The other one would be 2006 Alone in the Dark.
Oh wow!
If you've never seen it.
And Christian Slater.
Yeah, Christian Slater and another Steven Dorff in there. He's in both of my top movies here. It's strange. It's for the guy that played, who was it? In Blade.
Steven Dorff was in Blade, wasn't he?
Yeah,
wasn't he
Steven Dorff played who in Blade again? Anyway,
he was the bad guy in the first one. I
yeah,
can't remember.
He was
his
the
name.
bad guy in the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frost. He played
Frost.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wonderful.
That's why he was trying to ice skate uphill. His name was Frost.
Yeah, exactly. It actually wasn't bad in Blade, but
no, I like Blade.
But Alone in the Dark, it's just so derivative and just incoherent at times as far as like, how did you get from here to here and what's going on? And and the creatures are just like, well, the CGI is just horrible. I mean, in 06, they had already done like, the prequels to Star Wars. I mean, the CGI could have been a lot better, is all I'm saying. It could have been, this was like Sci-Fi Channel level CGI for the monsters. It was not good at all. And just, the acting's not great. The story is like, it's like you've seen this movie 10 times before, is all I gotta say. It's like you've seen this exact movie with a different premise. It was just like, so uninteresting, not scary at all, not even a little bit, even though it's supposed to be terrifying, these, creatures from, 10,000 years ago, that they never really explain well what they are or where they came from or anything of that nature. And the whole time you're just like, what's the point? What is the point? What's the point to this movie? Why am I even watching this?
Once again, when you're watching the monster movie and you're really at the point where you just hope the monsters eat the people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're rooting for
the monsters, man.
Yeah, but by the end of the movie, you're just like, come on, won't the monsters just eat the cast and get this over with? Let's let them win. It was just horrible. Anybody else seen this?
I've seen parts of it. I've never been able to sit through the entire movie.
Yeah, you know how hard it was for me to sit there yesterday and watch this?
Wow.
I was fighting every impulse in my body to get up and walk out of the room. I was just the whole
I can sit
time.
through a movie like that usually because I got this little thing on the remote called fast forward.
Yeah, you fast forward through. Yeah.
Yeah. I did that with certain parts of the next movie I'll bring up, but anyway.
Slasher Fred's right though. Steven Dorff was in The Gate, which that's
right.
that's a classic Canadian horror movie, actually.
Yeah. I haven't seen The Gate in years. That was
good.
The Gate.
I like
2
The
wasn't
Gate.
bad either.
The Gate freaked me out a little bit as a kid.
Yeah.
That wasn't Cronenberg, though, was it?
No, that wasn't Cronenberg. No.
Because every time I think Canadian horror, my first go-to is Cronenberg.
Fair enough.
I have to say, honestly, I love Canadian horror movies. I didn't
make good
realize how
movies,
much I did love them until I was going through a list of them, and I'm like, I like every freaking movie on this list.
Say whatever you want about Canadians, and trust me, I could talk all day, but they do make good horror movies.
Bill Claggers.
And I can name a few like Deadly Eyes that I just adore these movies.
Deadly Eyes is a good movie, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like Deadly Eyes. Deadly Eyes.
Alone in the Dark.
Deadly
You want to
Eyes.
see a bad movie kind of on par with Fear.com. Just
And
sets
it
the bar.
presents itself as a video game adaptation of the game Alone in the Dark and has next to
Yes.
nothing. Like it has less
Yeah.
than nothing to do
Yeah,
with the
to
video
do with
game.
the video game. Oh, and they
Like-
made an Alone in the Dark
ET.
2. I can't believe they made a second one. It's like the first one was bad enough. I guess it made just enough money in the box office because I mean it got like, well, no, it lost money. They had a budget of 20 million. This had a lower budget than Fear.com.
So basically,
So much more production necessary for it, for all of the guns and all of the the sets and the vehicles and the CGI. 20 million. It made 12.7.
So basically, Alone in the Dark describes the experience of going to the theater and seeing the movie.
Pretty much. It would have been, had I sat in the dark quietly contemplating life for 90 minutes, that would have been a better use of my time than watching this. So
I do that all the time.
I actually saw that
Yes.
movie. I barely remember it. It's like probably one I fast forwarded 80% of or something.
mhm.
Oh yes,
It had-
Angela. I've seen Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and
It's kind of a
it's
sore
really
subject
good.
on my channel.
Yeah, but I did not fast forward Santa Claus versus the Martians. I watched it till
Yeah, I can
it
watch
was
that whole movie. It's not a good movie, but I can
I
watch
was-
the whole thing.
Well, I
I
watched it all till the screen went black and Tug went down.
That
I
was
would've-
like 5 minutes, I think.
I would have
I
enjoyed
used to
watching.
love to point out that Pia Zadora, that was their acting
Yeah.
debut, but now people go, who?
Where's Pia Zadara?
I would have enjoyed watching C-SPAN for 90 minutes more so than that movie. Let's
Let's
just
not
put
say
it that
things
way.
we can't
Oh,
take
watch
back.
When I was in college, me and a friend of mine used to like turn on the TV late at night and we would
Uh-huh.
flip back and forth between C-SPAN and like the scrambled porn channels. And it was hilarious because it would give everything that all the senators and stuff were saying on the floor a completely different spin if it's like combined with like women moaning. It's just like it made it so much better. I highly
That would have
recommend
been
doing that.
interesting.
And no, we were not sober.
I would hope not.
You were in college
hope
as a
not.
given.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah.
Let's see.
Don't watch this.
Don't watch Alone in the Dark, please.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the whole movie. Like I said, I've only seen bits and
Sure.
pieces. And
Yeah.
I couldn't get
Sure.
through it. I just couldn't.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Speaking of movies I shouldn't have been able to sit through, but I did anyway. We're gonna go for the worst Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and this was a toss-up for me. Either it was gonna be Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, which is real bad, where like the best thing about the movie is Roseanne Barr. That's saying something. But I actually want to pick the remake because the remake to A Nightmare on Elm Street is just it's real bad. I love Jackie Earle Haley as an actor, and I think he actually does a good job playing this version of
He
Freddy. But
tried.
the movie makes so
really
many
tried.
mistakes. It's like the main character actors are terrible. It takes itself way too seriously. It's like overcorrecting for the goofiness of Freddy Krueger.
Very
And
well.
it explicitly makes Freddy Krueger a pedophile, which didn't need to be done. And it makes all the like surviving children like victims of him. Like so they're all like former SA victims as children. And like this is a major plot point in a movie that's supposed to be just a fun slasher movie. And yeah, it almost offended me how bad it was.
This
like
is a 2010 remake.
yeah, the
Yeah.
2010 remake.
Okay,
Like
yeah, I've
that's when
never
like
seen
horror remakes were all the rage. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there are a couple I really, really like. I love the Texas Chainsaw remake. I think it's a great movie. But this was bad.
And it was even worse. It was even worse than the one where Freddy Krueger was tormenting the real cast of the movie.
Yeah, I kind of like the movie. It was like Wes Craven kind of playing with the whole meta thing before Scream, but like I can see why you wouldn't like it. But I think this one is way worse.
Way worse. I didn't like the guy who played Freddy either.
I mean, I like Jackie Earle
Jackie
Haley. Like I
Haley.
said, I think he's a good actor, but he
And he
couldn't
was
save it.
trying so hard.
He was.
Mhm.
He was trying, and if I remember correctly, anecdotally, he was supposed to audition for the original. And
Yes, he was.
yeah, something went awry, and he kicked himself for years. So the fact that he got to play Freddy Krueger was a big feather in his cap. It also, correct me if I'm wrong, It is the film debut of David Cassidy's estranged daughter. She plays the original victim in the beginning.
If you say so. That's like a chance fact. I have no idea.
That's for he and Indy. Oh, speaking of which, on my trivia tonight, I have a couple dig deeps that I don't expect anyone to get. Even you, Indy, but I'll be very pleased if you do get them. I have some no-brainers, too. I decided to run the gambit for tonight's trivia.
Indy, I have also sat through the 9 Hours of Greed. It was kind of like a hazing ritual for young film students. I had to do that too. So I know your pain. I feel your pain. I've been there.
I feel you both. Could never.
But yeah, how do you remake Nightmare on Elm Street and get it wrong?
I know.
I think we got a perfect example of how that's done, actually.
And Robert Englund, who is never going to play Freddy again, he had a great idea. Like, instead of casting Jackie Earle Haley, cast Kevin Bacon, like the older Kevin Bacon as Freddy Krueger. I think that would have been awesome. I think Kevin Bacon could have done it totally. But it's probably a good thing he wasn't, because he wouldn't have saved this movie either.
No.
So he could have brought a level of actual perversion to it.
Yeah, I think he would have been interesting for sure.
And Tug, you're right. As far as the violation angle goes, it's implied in the original franchise. You don't have to bash people over the head with it. I don't know if they were trying to get because it was at the people coming forward for victims.
It was around that time, right at the beginning of that.
Yeah, so I think they were trying to get ahead of the game and show that they had a heart, but that's not what you go to see that movie for. You can
and it just comes across as cheap exploitation. It doesn't really come across as like poignant or meaningful.
Yes. It just didn't work. And again, I wanted to like it and I couldn't.
It even had like a couple of really neat concepts, like the whole micronap thing, which is a real thing. I thought that was actually a really clever concept that they could have integrated a little better, but nope, didn't. It's just bad.
I went into that whole movie with a bad taste in my mouth and continuously stayed there. I did not like the movie. I didn't like the acting. I didn't like the actor who played Freddy Krueger, especially. He made a horrible Freddy Krueger. He looked like Freddy Krueger with a disease.
Yeah, they made him look like an actual burn victim instead of like making him look cartoonish, kind of like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, he looked sick, man.
Yeah.
I thought the premise utilized in Rick and Morty was a far better remake attempt. Where I forget what they call them, but yes, in Rick and Morty they have a whole. It has a really funny name too, but they do the whole premise of Freddy Krueger, and they actually become friends with him. It's a riot. But,
Keith, oh my god.
Yeah. So,
Bill Cosby could have played Freddy.
Yeah, literally, I think he did.
Scary Terry was his name.
Thank you. It was killing me. It was like
with the knives on his fingers instead of.
You can run, but you can't hide. Hey, wait a second.
Oh, sorry, you're not supposed to swear on here, are you?
Oh.
Why would he tell us what we could or could not do? Should we take advice from him? I think we should try running. No, we should try hiding. Oh, okay.
I loved how they did like the Inception levels within the.
Yes, brilliant. That was just
Freddy Krueger nightmare Inception levels. Yeah. Oh,
and of course, when I was a kid, I can't do it anymore. I don't know why. When I was a kid, I actually could lucid dream.
Mm-hmm.
Where when you realize it's a dream, if you try hard enough, you can manipulate the facts.
Next to you.
I can't do that anymore. I don't know why I lost the ability, but it's a bit.
Yeah, if I could do that, I'd spend a lot more time in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all know where that's going, but
like Barkley in the holodeck.
Oh, my dreams are too weird. Even when I could lucid dream, it would just be like, because I haven't been able to do that in years either. But you'd be going in one direction, be like, oh, I'm in a dream, I can change this, and then like something crazy would happen, and be like, oh, now I'm over here doing this instead. Yeah. Anyway. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like jump cut.
Yeah.
You have to be able to linear dream in order to do it, because the scenes just keep changing, or they won't make sense.
I think I'm all dreamed out. All my dreams are boring. It's just me sitting on a beach smoking a blunt.
Yeah. Oh, those sound like good dreams, man.
I had a dream about work the other day, and I was
nothing
like,
happens.
what is wrong with me?
I'm about to step on the beach.
Yeah, I have really boring dreams too, which is ironic because
I
I'm a
wish something would happen to
writer
one of
and I
my.
spend all my time imagining things. I guess I just do it all during the day. So when I'm at night, I just dream about colors and stuff.
I still get the dream where it's finals week and I haven't studied.
Okay, I do get
It's
that
like
occasionally.
it's like something in a top secret. I still get that dream.
Show up
It-
without
it-
pants or something. And
Well, that wouldn't bother me so much. It's the fact that I hadn't studied and I'm in the wrong room.
just walk
It's
around with
like-
your hands on your hips. Hey, baby.
Or like it's supposed to be the first day and you didn't know that, and then you're late and you're lost in a building with like endless corridors, that kind of thing. Yeah. Or I've forgotten to check on a job that I hadn't been at in years, and like I'm on the schedule all of a sudden and I didn't realize it. These are dreams that I have sometimes.
Yeah, that-
I've had
yeah,
dreams
that's-
like
that's
that
Oh,
similar.
I just made a connection, man. The last time I had a really bad, horrible nightmare dream was the night before my last old lady left.
Yeah, there you go.
Ever since she's been gone, I hadn't had one bad dream.
Oh, I wonder why.
I would have thought that you dreamt of Electric Sheep, Indy.
Oh.
But I'm bummed.
Okay,
That was
so
very well played.
I guess that is Dan's turn now.
Yes.
God looks like Daniel.
You know, there's quite a few movies I could bring up. But,
Several.
but I was thinking of a horror movie that I really didn't like. A horror movie that made me sick to my stomach. And there is that one, because I love slasher movies, you know. I'm a big fan of the Friday the 13th kind of movies. The Killer on the Loose movies. I love them, especially like Halloween, my favorite of all time, you know. But there was this one movie, and I swear it was the last 5 minutes of it that got me really the wrong way. But the whole movie's really bad made. It's really hardly acted. I don't know where they found the people for this movie. They must have just got them off the street. Hey, let's make a movie. And it's this piece of crap called Sleepaway Camp. And I don't know if you ever seen it. Some people like this movie.
Interesting
Oh,
twist ending.
Twist ending. Well, the twist ending made me throw up. Just
I can see
saying.
that. I can see that.
That's my pick for a really crappy all the way through crappy movie with a horrible ending that people shouldn't see because it's an offense to the eyes.
It has James Earl Jones's dad in it. He plays like
Wow.
he's one of the camp, one of the like the leaders of the camp. I mean, he sounds like James Earl Jones. If you watch the movie knowing that it's his father, you'll know who it is. But yeah, I think he's also the only black person in the entire movie. So there's that. Yeah, that movie's not good. It's like it's a really cheaply made slasher movie that's only notorious and only famous because of that closing scene, which I'll give it credit. That's disturbing. It's messed up. And it's very effective. I mean, they took the actress's face and they like made a mold of her going in like the creepiest way possible and plastered it on some poor guy who has remained thankfully anonymous ever since.
You want to hear a real kicker? I'm not going to say how, and I probably shouldn't say who, but I actually know the dude who's in that movie by name.
Well, let's keep it anonymous. He's living happily in obscurity.
Sadly, a couple of years ago, he passed away, so I don't really think releasing his name now would be that big.
Okay, whatever.
but I did know him and did know him well, and teased him relentlessly about it. I'm probably the reason he had the heart attack and passed away.
Oh,
I can see that, Dan.
bummer. Commiserations led. So,
I mean, that's a good pick because it's one of those movies that has a reputation that doesn't deserve. It's not a good movie. It's very badly. Some of the makeup effects are cool, like when the guy gets.
By
Like,
the way, that's one of the
soup
few movies
spilled
that
on him.
actually gave me chills because I'm sadly allergic to bee stings. And when they
God.
put that bee nest in that goddamn bathroom on that guy, man, it just shook me up really bad.
And then you like see like him on the ground, and all you can see are the bees on his face.
I got bumblebee when I'd seen the movie and been in the hospital for bee sting stuff. So that really messed with me. So I really hate
thankfully not seen that movie.
I'm not a fan of Jeepers Creepers either, Angela.
there's a horror story about the director too.
Yeah.
So,
That's one of the reasons I just can't watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't even like it when I saw it, not knowing that. Like I saw it in the theater with a friend of mine, and I thought it was dumb then. And then I found out about the director, and now I just hate it even more.
Once again, that was one of the movies that I saw in the theater with a college crowd of people who were tormenting the poor guy who was in it.
Okay, it's gone. It was probably just somebody across the street backing up or something. So who's
R2D2 is crying for help. Me.
Your turn, Thrash.
Me.
Yes.
And I'm going to go into another one of the ones we were talking about before about how there's no greater crime in film than being uninspired. Lack of budget, lack of resources. I can live with all of those, but to be uninspired, I mean, you can remake the same movie over and over and over again, but you have to add a little something to it. And one of my picks, it was one of the last horror movies that Mrs. Thrash and I went to see together. This shows you how long ago it's been. It was The Possession of Emily Rose.
Oh,
Oh God, the ending of this movie. Oh God.
You know, and it's weird. I mean, we've seen this 1,000 times. It's demonic possession. And I think they were banking on that. I think, okay, you guys have seen The Exorcist. You guys have seen The Omen. You guys have seen others. You know, we don't need to clue you in. You'll just watch it because we're going to throw it on the screen, and it's based on an actual event. You know, we all know the story of that German kid. But it's so uninspired. The characters she could have been replaced with a cardboard cutout. You know, you have to have some connection to the possessed person, or you're not going to care. Regan, we were really invested in Regan. Emily Rose, I didn't want bad things to happen to her, but I couldn't care less. And I remember watching it, and there were like a bunch. I don't know if it was like a field trip or something, but it seemed like everyone in the theater was like still in high school. Emily, how's it going? So we were watching with a bunch of teenagers, and they were laughing all the way through. And I don't think they were laughing because it was funny, because a lot of horror movies are funny, intentionally or otherwise. And that's always been a way that I've enjoyed them, you know, as dark comedies. But no, they were just laughing because it was like so bad. It's like, oh, you're trying so hard and you suck. It was that type of thing. Nothing with the jump scares weren't landing. There was some cool graphics in the opening credits that I thought were kind of slick, but the movie just sucked from beginning to end once people got on the screen. And I remember my wife and I think that's what turned her off to horror movies from that point forward, because we've never watched a horror movie together since. But it was just a terrible movie. It
was a very disappointing movie. And Damien earlier was talking about bad movies that have really good actors in it. This is a great example. Like all the actors in this movie are fantastic. You got like Tom Wilkinson, Laura Linney, I think, was in it. Colm Fiore, and even the girl, the Emily Rose, is Jennifer Carpenter, Dexter's sister in the show Dexter, and actually the actor's girlfriend, which is really messed up.
I remember reading the book.
Yeah, the movie doesn't really have anything in common with the book either. The
book was like way different and a whole lot more in detail, and the movie was just a piece of crap.
The movie's just a piece of crap. It's derivative garbage that doesn't go anywhere. It's not very interesting. So I'm with Thrash on this one.
I remember being very disappointed in that movie. I actually have it on VHS. That's how long ago this was.
And yeah, you're right, Donald. It was The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah, The Exorcism.
I said I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Specifically, but
I was on the right
track.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
And Emily, you're right. I suppose it's not something that you'd be afraid of because, well, you know, it's like, it'd be like a flat Earth and worried the world was going to stop rotating.
We'd all just fly off, wouldn't we?
They actually, speaking of H.G. Wells, which we haven't been for an hour, but he actually did a movie, and the twist ending is the guy stops the world rotating, but the problem, of course, is inertia. Everything on top of the Earth keeps going. And hilarity ensues.
Okay, I mean, like, it's a good choice. Yeah.
If the world was flat, how does water stand? Why doesn't it all just roll off the edge?
Good point. Yes.
And why haven't cats pushed everything off the edge by now?
Also, very true.
And this is my favorite. Why does water spiral down the drain?
Where's the Coriolis effect coming from? Yeah.
And why is it reversed in the southern hemisphere from the northern?
It's around. Oh, and which direction does the water spin in on the equator?
No one knows.
People on the
just
equator
go straight down.
Glug, 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 glug.
From what I understand, it can go either way.
Either way. That's kind of what
it'll go either way. So
wise ass.
So the toilet's painted like a rainbow. What?
We don't discriminate here.
I showed that to my years ago, where it's like if you take a 2-liter bottle, fill it with water, and you turn it upside down, it just goes glug, 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 glug. But if you
There we go.
give it a little, it spins
Little
like
spiral,
a whirlpool.
yep. You just have to have a little movement in there. I learned that when I was in Boy Scouts. Yeah. Because it actually goes out faster that way too. Thrash, you're silent. Your sound went out. I don't know why. You're not
Is
muted.
it still up?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That was weird.
I have a sensitive microphone. Sometimes I speak while I'm facing the wrong direction. But
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
back.
I get that. Yeah. I used to have a mic like that. Okay. Well, Damien, I guess that means
All
it's
right.
your turn.
So I suffered through this one last night. It's definitely not good, but it does have a few redeeming qualities, I guess. Troll 2 from 1990.
Oh my god! No, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
one. Yeah.
You
They're
literally
eating
copied
her.
my list.
They're gonna eat me next. Oh my god.
That
Yeah,
scene is
that-
funny.
That
The rest
one
of the movie,
scene,
not so much.
That one scene is funny. And I'll say this. What was her name? The actress that played the Deborah Reed
No idea.
played the whatever. The witch or the queen of the goblins or the queen of the trolls, whatever she was. She played the heck out of that role. Yeah, she was a little campy. It was a little stupid, but she tried. She was the only one in the whole movie trying her hardest to play a role. Everyone else just kind of showed up and read some lines. Yeah, the acting in this movie is horrible, and horrible. The whole premise, and the grandfather just popping up out of nowhere and stuff, and just, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, why? Really? How? Really? Okay. Whatever, I guess.
And they're not trolls.
It's like every movie we talk about moves
Yeah.
Prime up the list of better movies.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Troll, if you're high enough and you have enough
Yeah,
friends
I
around
was
you,
gonna
you could
say,
probably watch it. Yeah.
This is a movie that, if you're going to sit down and watch it, you should probably roll a big fatty. Pour 2 shots of your favorite liquor and grab a couple beers. Sit down, take the 2 shots first. Okay, chase them with the beer, and then smoke the joint, and then put it on.
There you go.
Because
That could be a good
then
time.
Then it'll be somewhat enjoyable, and make sure to
It'll be
maintain
even
your
more
buzz through the
enjoyable.
entire movie.
So remote fast forward button beside you and use it regularly.
Yeah, and the troll costumes. I
They're
mean,
so terrible. They make
they're
the costumes
literally
and Garbage Pail Kids look good.
people
Yeah.
in burlap sacks stuffed with pillow stuffing, in burlap sacks, with what looks like basically rubber, masks from friggin' Spirit Halloween. Actually, not even as good as the ones from Spirit Halloween. These are like, knockoff.
Dollar store. Yeah.
Yeah, dollar store rubber masks. I mean, they're horrible. And I mean, you can even see the seam at the neck on several of them where it's like when they lift their head, you can see it open up. And it's like, oh, there's a person under there. Oh my God. There were parts where I kind of giggled a little bit about it. It was just like, this is so ridiculous. But at the same time, it was like, it was so bad.
No, I
Anyway.
feel like it definitely
Yeah.
deserves on this list to be on this list,
Yeah.
despite its infamy and that one scene.
Yeah,
It's a meme.
that one scene.
The movie's not worth watching.
It's
It
like-
really isn't.
when the boys show up in the camper and the one just kind of is like, he hears somebody walking by and he goes out to find out and he just never comes back and they never check on him, and then the other kid goes to town. The 2 that are left just never think twice about the fact he just never came back. It's like,
You have truly picked a winner in horrible movies.
oh my God.
It goes well with that other one that became a meme.
Oh.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. With the it's garbage day. That scene. That scene is funny. But the rest of the movie it's like 50% flashbacks to the first movie. Like I'm literally half the movie is just a
But
flashback.
the
to
first
the first
movie was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I
the
was gonna
first
say
movie is actually great.
Troll,
Yeah.
or you're talking the other one. Okay.
Either one.
fir-
Like Troll
the
is a better
first
movie.
Troll
That's the one
wasn't that
Julia
bad.
Louis-Dreyfus, right?
Yeah. But Troll 2 was like, yeah, it's almost like it was put on. It reminded me almost of like watching a high school play.
It also had
Like-
nothing to do with the first movie. It was like
Yeah,
they just put
yeah.
the title on it. Yeah,
Yeah. It's,
Gamera movies used to save on production by doing that.
exactly.
Where,
Gamera
where
movies did the
they
same
would
thing.
show you like 15, 20 minutes from the other one.
Yeah, Gamera was like notorious for it. Yeah. Even Godzilla did it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it provides nice exposition and gives you the highlights. It becomes almost like a film clip show, but you can overdo it.
Nobody ever cites a clips show episode as the best episode of a TV
Hey,
series.
as much as I love Godzilla movies, as much as I love a Godzilla movie, I could actually put that Godzilla movie with that little goddamn Godzuki thing in it on this list.
Yes, the one with the kid and the monster that
I
sounds
don't
like
like
a cat
I don't
going for a
like too many
dryer.
movies
Yeah.
that's got a Kenny in it anyway.
Kenny.
Oh, yeah, and then when he speaks English, speaking of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, the guy who did the voice acting for it was actually the guy who played Droppo.
I think you told me that and I've forgotten it.
Well, again,
Oh, just
not
an
really
aside
that.
on Troll 2 is when you read the little bios of some of the actors, it's like it says most notorious role or most known role is Troll 2. Most of the actors in this movie. It's like, wow, so you're most recognized for this role in this horrible movie. So I guess that's the only movie you were ever in because everything else would have been better.
The fly on that guy's face is more famous than you.
Exactly.
Oh, and yes, Angela, the thing that always got to me is they always run down the middle of the street while being chased by someone in a car when all you have to do is go into the woods on either side.
Uh-huh.
That's all you have to do. But no, they run down the middle of the road. You know, it's like it's like people get hit by a train. How? You don't avoid getting hit by a train? Don't stand on the train tracks.
It's like Charlize Theron at the end of Prometheus. You got the big wheel coming for you, and you just keep running straight. What are you thinking? It's like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
I thought it was Terran.
Huh?
I thought it was Charlize Theron.
I have no idea, but I'll take your word for it.
I thought
You could be
opinion is
right. I
divided.
don't know.
think it's
I genuinely don't know. Indy, tell us who's
Indy.
great.
Yeah. No.
Fact check.
No.
You could.
So who's up
totally
next?
be
I
right.
lost
No.
track.
I think you did Trolls 2, so it's my turn. Oh, okay. Well, since you mentioned Halloween, Danny, I guess I have to talk about Halloween Resurrection. Okay, so Halloween H2O, where they brought back the first soft reboot of Halloween, where they bring back Jamie Lee Curtis as she's at a boys' school. That movie's actually pretty good, and it ends with her famously decapitating Michael Myers, so that it is absolutely 100% over. Halloween Resurrection starts with the reveal that no, she just decapitated the guy in the ambulance, which, if you think about it, makes absolutely no sense anyway. And then, like, not only is Michael Myers still alive, he kills Jamie Lee Curtis in the first 4 minutes of the movie. And then it becomes a found footage movie where a bunch of stupid kids go into the Myers house and they have Busta Rhymes in the movie for some reason, and he is dressed up like Michael Myers to scare them, and then the real Michael Myers is there, and then you got Michael Myers and Busta Rhymes, and Busta Rhymes is yelling at Michael Myers like, "What are you doing here? This is my job. What are you?" And it also has the infamous line at the end of the movie where Busta Rhymes actually does confront Michael Myers in a burning building and says, "Trick or treat, mother effer." It's bad. It's the worst Halloween movie, and this is a universe in which Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 exists. It's rough, and it doesn't even stick to the found footage thing, which it didn't need to be a found footage movie anyway, because who wants to see a found footage Halloween movie? That's dumb.
All I'm going to say about this movie, dude, is you picked the one movie that was so bad, the franchise people don't acknowledge its existence.
I know. It's basically been memory hold. Yeah.
3 was okay, but this one is.
I would gladly watch Halloween 3 5 times in a row than watch Halloween Resurrection again. And I think Halloween Resurrection is probably only 80 minutes long.
Halloween 3 isn't necessarily a bad movie. It's silly at times and far-fetched, but its problem was it called itself Halloween 3. And it's because originally they wanted to go in different directions where each movie would be on a different topic.
That would have worked if they'd started with Halloween 2, but instead Halloween 2 is a direct sequel to Halloween 1, so it's too late.
Actually, Halloween 3 is on my list, but
I like Halloween 3, but
I
it's
don't
not a
like
good
Halloween
Halloween
3 at
A
all.
lot of people don't.
Yeah.
I would like it a lot better if it did not have that freaking annoying Silver Samrock song in it.
3
Yeah,
more
like-
days till Halloween.
Oh, that is so annoying. Oh my god. So
Yeah.
you hear it like a dozen times in that movie, and it's
Oh,
like
you hear
every
it like
time it's
7
worse.
times in that movie.
Yeah, it's like worse every time you hear it. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
it just
god.
annoys me to the stroke level ill.
And the entire premise of that movie, oh my god, you know, the friggin' Stonehenge chunks and the friggin' microchip in the back of the mask making people's heads turn into bugs and snakes and stuff. It's like, what the hell are you
And there's
doing?
robots in it for some
And
reason.
yeah. Robots filled with
Why?
lemon jello.
Lemon
apparently,
jello, right.
Yeah, or lemon pudding
Lemon
or something.
custard.
You know?
And how do the snakes
What the hell
actually
were they
mystically
smoking?
appear in the masks? It's like,
Yeah.
I
That's my
still
whole,
like the
like,
movie. It's
where did it come
schlocky and
from?
stupid, but I kind of like it. I just don't like it as a Halloween.
I guess
movie.
we've discussed it, so we won't have to discuss it again. I'll
Yeah.
just go
As
ahead
a
and
movie,
take off the
it's got
list.
Tom Atkins and
Yeah.
Dan O'Hurley in it. Come on, it's great.
Yeah.
The guy who plays in that movie, I like him a lot.
Yeah, Tom Atkins.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
from
like most
Creep
of his
Show.
movies.
yeah.
Hey, stuff
Um,
like the Highland he does. I love his movies.
He's a video store
Except for this
icon.
one. This one movie I don't like.
He's great. He's great.
But Halloween Resurrection, I have not seen, so I can't comment on that one. as far
What I
as
did
how
was
bad
I
it is.
hated Halloween 3 for decades, and then someone
Mm.
said, "Do yourself a favor, watch it again." Calling it something else, call it Haunted Masks or something like that.
Just call it Season
Right.
of the Witch.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
all season.
Yes.
Although that is an already existing movie.
Okay. Then call it Halloween Season Witch. I don't know. Something.
I did the
Call it
same thing. I
anything.
did the same
Halloween
thing
Mask.
with Day of the Dead. I
Yeah.
didn't like Day of the Dead, and then someone
Yeah.
said, "Just watch it independently."
Mhm.
You know, don't think of the other two. Just watch it for its own sake, and it's
Yeah.
actually really solid. It's actually a much better film. It was like Godfather 3. It just one of these kids is doing its own thing, but
Yeah.
no, just watch it independently, and it's actually pretty damn good. And so
I would
yes,
not
that's-
say Godfather 3 is a good thing on its own either. It
I was
does
just-
have Sofia
honestly-
Coppola in it.
I stand by.
It's on any
I stand
level.
by it. I stand by what I said. They should name Halloween 3. Halloween sucks.
And then have to put
There
a vampire.
are
in it.
worse Halloween movies. There's a lot of worse Halloween movies. In fact.
A lot. That's one of the things I'm going to be talking about tonight, actually.
I remember I watched Halloween 3 on Halloween. We were watching a Halloween movie marathon where my I think it was my babysitter had actually gone and got them. And we got to Halloween 3. None of us had seen it, and we're all like, "What the f- is this?" I don't think we watched the whole movie, and I think she may have turned it off halfway through. Anyway, it's time to go trick or treat. Let's leave this one alone.
It's definitely better than like Halloween 6, which is the one with the whole Thorn cult and all that nonsense. It's also better than the most recent one, Halloween Ends, which is a terrible, terrible Halloween movie.
And by the
And-
way,
Okay.
Definitely better than Halloween Resurrection.
okay, let me point out that all these crappy movies we talked about, except possibly the one with Busta Rhymes in it, all the rest of them movies are 10 times better than anything Rob Zombie had anything to do with.
Yeah, I don't like the Rob Zombie movies at all. I didn't like the first Rob Zombie Halloween, and I really didn't like the second one. Where he tries to be all artistic and it's like, "Oh, look, a white horse. Get the symbolism." Shut up, Rob Zombie.
The only thing I liked about the whole Rob Zombie nightmare movies he made was the guy he picked to play the doctor. And that
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell.
And
can't complain about
he
that.
was perfect. He was perfect, and he was flawless in an otherwise movie surrounded with shit.
I tend to agree, yes.
Yeah.
But I would still rather watch those than Halloween Resurrection, really.
Well, like I said, with the exception of the Busta Rhymes movie.
Whew. So, okay, it's your turn again, Dan. I think this will be the last round.
The last round, and it's on me, huh? So I'm gonna
Well, I
give
mean,
an
like,
honorable mention.
Everybody will get a pick, but
I got a pick, but before I do my pick, let me give an honorable mention since it's the last round. Just a real quick honorable mention to the piece of shit that is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. If you're gonna make a horror movie, don't make it about Winnie the freaking Pooh. This is just an honorable mention. But in this movie, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are very upset that the kid went away to college. So they take it out in a bloody massacre on the town. And this has to be one of the biggest pieces of crap that ever existed. Don't shit on Winnie the Pooh, man. But
Pooh.
but since last week, I brought up Tom Cruise and The Mummy as being one of the worst horror movies ever made. Let me continue this week with a double shot of torment. Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds. The way he destroys an H.G. Wells classic is sheer torture, but it was actually surpassed in another War of the Worlds remake, where this dude sits on a computer
It's an Amazon
and watches
commercial.
the world evaporate around him. And this movie's even worse than the Tom Cruise movie because Amazon made it. And I swear to God, they saved the world with Amazon drones in this movie.
Yep, they do.
I watched it yesterday and I'm like, really? Really? Because I'd quit watching it the first time I started watching it, remember? But since we're doing this, I said, I'm going to go watch this the rest of the way through. And I brought it out and finished watching it. It got worse.
Oh, it's bad.
So really, they are equally bad to War of the Worlds. H.G. Wells has rolled over in his grave. And
Yeah, they should have just stopped with the George Powell version and never made
and
it.
whoever owns the rights to H.G. Wells stuff should sue both these movie companies.
And the BBC made a version that was trying to be authentic, and it was dreadful.
Yeah, it was trying to be like the same time period and stuff, but it was.
They made it a period piece.
It had
which
no
I think
heart.
it's brilliant.
Yeah,
but it was just so poorly executed. And
but no, the Amazon Prime War of the Worlds is the worst War of the Worlds I've ever seen. It's one of the
worse
worst.
than C. Thomas Howell.
It is. Yeah. It's
Wow.
Ice.
It's worse than the Tom
or
Cruise
Ice
movie.
T?
I
I can't
swear.
remember which one. And it's bad. It's him literally. It's him sitting in a computer the entire movie. That's it. It's him sitting in a computer using like cyber security tech to like see the War of the Worlds happening, and he can't even leave the room. He's like locked in this room with a computer, and you're watching the entire thing through his webcam. It's unbelievably bad.
I don't know where that came from.
And like he's right, it's an Amazon commercial. The movie turns into an Amazon commercial because like his daughter's boyfriend is an Amazon delivery driver, and he like gives him the MacGuffin that he needs to save the world through a drone. It's so bad. And what else? What I could keep talking. The tagline for this movie is the tagline for the movie, if you haven't seen the poster, is War of the Worlds, it's worse than you think. And that is the most accurate tagline I have ever seen. Because
this
no
movie
matter
is
how
worse
I
than you
describe this movie to you, trust me, it's even worse than I'm making it out.
I got one for you, Tug. This movie, Thrash, Tug, this movie, Drone Zone.
and yeah, because there's nothing to do. You're not looking at anything except his face.
Occasionally they show the computer screen with some bad graphics and some really horrible special effects that you barely get to see because it's more about his reactions to what's going on. It's like watching Buff on one of his live streams.
And how many times can you watch him go, oh hell no, and like be invested in this movie? Because that's pretty much the whole movie. It's just him saying that over and over and over and over and over again.
Does his damn get too old for this crap too at some point?
Probably, yes.
Mercy.
Yeah,
Like
good
I said,
choice, Dan.
It's a double shot of horrible H.G. Wells War of the Worlds movies because you got Tom Cruise on one hand and you know how bad he is, but then you got something that's actually worse. So I'll give you my double shot of terror.
You are correct, and the Tom Cruise version is also bad. Yes, I
But it's
used to
not as
defend
bad
it
as
because Steven Spielberg is trying to do like a 9/11 thing, but like the more you watch it, the less you like it, especially because Ella Fanning just won't shut up, and Tom Cruise is just being all Tom Cruise. And his kid is stupid, and the plot is, it's not a good War of the Worlds. The best part of that movie is Morgan Freeman's narration, and that's it.
Yeah. The part
He was
where
trying
the
to be Cedric
alien,
Hardwick.
the part where the alien falls out of the machine's kind of cool too, where the snot and stuff comes out. It's like,
I guess.
but yeah,
But by that point, you're so uninvested.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You feel the alien is lucky. You know?
To me, the
He doesn't have
best
to
War of
deal
the
with Tom
Worlds,
Cruise anymore.
the best War of the Worlds ever made
John.
to me was the 1956 original.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
Yeah.
Everybody
That
agrees
one's
with
great.
I don't think anybody disagrees with that.
It's
And
amazing.
special effects
It's
for the
one of
age were great too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's
And
one of
the
the best
sound
science
effects.
fiction films ever made.
It's one of the most iconic sound effects
outstanding.
in history of film.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what makes
It
it
is.
so hard to remake something that's that good, because everybody thinks you got a standard to live up to, and nobody makes
And yes,
it.
53. Thank you.
That's
Andy.
why you shouldn't remake great movies. You should remake flawed movies.
And the mantis ships have absolutely nothing to do with the book, but they still work.
It's still great.
They're the best machines ever. You know, it's like I love them.
Although in some shots you can see that they're like jets underneath look like a tripod. That's the only like
They
that's the
do. They
little
use
wink.
yeah, a nod. Yes, indeed.
A wink and a
Me
nod.
turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. Go for it. This is your last
Okay.
pick.
I decided we've been far too much in agreement here, so I decided I'm going to throw down the gauntlet and mix this up a little.
Okay.
Because now I got to tell you, this is a movie that for some reason I loved when I was a teenager, but I saw it again last night and can't remember in God's name why. I'm going to go with John Carpenter's adaptation of Christine.
Wow, you're
Bring it. Okay.
I'm not going to defend the movie, but I think this is a very bold decision on your part.
and you know why? You know why? Now, and again, these movies are so bad that they're bad. I can't say in good conscience that I didn't enjoy it. I just don't know why. The plot is so disjointed, and I think, and this is from John Carpenter, who's one of the best horror directors, period. And you'd think he would have noticed some of these things. I think what they did was they go, this movie is going to be a amalgam of cliches and derivatives. So we don't need to have a lot of exposition. And in some cases, he's right. Like the Robert Porsky character, the nasty old man who runs the garage.
Yeah.
I watched this with Mrs. Rash last night, and I go, it's so funny. This is what old men were when I was a teenager. That's sort of openly hostile for absolutely no reason. And it wasn't they were necessarily bad. They just, you were a kid. They needed you to know who owned who. So it's like, we're going to start off, bam, and then we'll get along fine. The wasted Harry Dean Stanton as the investigating cop. I mean, like, I think he and Carpenter were friends. So it's like, hey, why don't you do a little walk on here? Because, yeah, an investigating cop who knows something's afoot. But how did you know something's afoot? Why are you pinning on him? There's like no real investigation. He just basically shows up and rattles the main character's cage. Okay, you got the geek and the jock who are best friends. You don't explain why. Were
They
the same
have no
kindergarten?
scenes where they like feel like they have any kind of camaraderie. Yeah, I get that.
They just were. The bullies are bullies, but there's no context as to why they suddenly hate this kid.
Well, that's the closest to an actual authentic Stephen King writing that you're going to get in the movie.
Well, Stephen King always had a thing for bullies. I'm guessing it had something to do with personal experience.
Most likely. Yes.
And oftentimes bullies don't have a context. They just pick a target. You are unfortunate enough to be it. But again, there has to be some kind of elaboration. King usually elaborates on the bullies. So it's even more gratifying when they get killed. He doesn't do that here. And the thing that bothered me most, and also the main character, yeah, I get it. He buys the demonically possessed car, so he becomes cool, but becomes an asshole. Sort of the Flowers for Algernon routine, where when you stand up for yourself, you automatically become a jerk. There's no evolution. It just sort of happens. And yeah, I get it. The pretty girl likes him. Why? When you find out they're dating, it's how, where, what, when, whether. There's no, and they become. It's so tragic when they break up. Why? You went out like 3 weeks, according to the timeline of the show. But the thing that got me the most is, okay, the car is possessed by a demon. Why? It happened a lot. How? It snapped on the guy's hand, breaks his hand. The guy goes in to listen to the radio and dies. Yeah, we get it. What caused did they use scrap metal from Japanese aircraft after World War II, and somehow the spirits of the dead pilots are in there? I mean, there's no elaboration. We're just meant to accept. There's some great imagery, and the idea of a demonically possessed car is great. But again, I always say too much exposition can, be detracting. There's no exposition at all.
You need some, yeah.
Yeah, you need some, and there was none. And I'm like, okay, I enjoyed this movie, but I don't know why. So I'm sorry, this movie is still bad. I now throw it out to you guys.
I'll say that I didn't hate Christine. I really liked the car. The car was cool. But the little guy that played Arnie was totally the most annoying person that ever
Yes, he
existed
was.
on the planet. And if you're gonna pick but if you're gonna pick a Stephen King movie for this show, I don't think it would be Christine. I like Christine enough that it was entertaining. I think the one would be the one with the lion people sucking live souls. If you're gonna pick a Stephen King movie, that's the one we should talk about here.
That is awful.
Sleepwalkers.
We talked about
Yeah, that's on my list actually.
I just find Sleepwalkers way worse.
Yeah, Sleepwalkers is a horrible movie. But Christine, I mean, it's an interesting concept, and yeah, I agree with you. It's like, why is the car possessed or whatever? You know, I mean, they never explain it. The guy dies in it at the beginning, but it's like, but why? How did it just become that way? Was there a wayward, vengeful spirit in the Chevy factory that day, or Ford, or whatever it is?
Yeah, throw us a bone.
Plymouth! Yeah. Plymouth, whatever. I can't remember what kind of car it was. It was old. Anyway, yeah, I mean that true. I do like the movie. Just because it's an interesting concept, but it could have been pulled off a lot better in that, the actors and, kind of the way they went about certain things in that movie is like, yeah, they could have done a much better job. But it's a Stephen King movie, or story. All of the movies about Stephen King stories are kind of cheesy. I hate to say it, but there aren't very many that are great. So
I have a hard time being subjective about Christine because I saw it in the theater when I was like 5. And it definitely freaked me out. And that shot at the end where like the compacted Christine is like still like jiggling a little bit, like that got me as a kid. That scared me because I was 5. But what I will say in your defense, Thrash, is that John Carpenter, even though he's one of my favorite filmmakers, he also had a couple of really bad movies. He had a few stinkers because he was a very lazy filmmaker. And he sometimes just let the movie kind of do its own thing when he really wasn't that involved. Some of his last couple of movies are like that. Ghosts of Mars is a perfect example. So yeah, I love John Carpenter. I think he's made some of the best sci-fi horror movies ever made, like The Thing, like In the Mouth of Madness, great movie, and many others. But still, he had his moments where he was just lazy.
And he throws on one heck of a good concert, man.
Oh yeah, Danny sent me this link of the John Carpenter in concert. It was actually really good.
Halloween Ends is a ripoff of Christine. Hello there.
Yes. You missed me talking about Halloween. We talked about Halloween Resurrection.
And Halloween 3.
That's true. We did talk about Halloween 3 as well. So since you're just showing up, even though I'm about to end, you get one pick.
Sorry about that. Traffic is bad. Fighting rain in Cincinnati. It's just like, better not join.
Completely understand.
Yeah, I'm still driving. But
so
what do you say?
Have one pick. What is your worst horror movie? One that's not even fun to watch.
Jason X. Or Jason. Even though I had so much fun. Oh no! See, that's gonna be a problem. I'm not gonna be able to do this then.
What?
I think he said Jason X. I think
I heard Jason something or other.
Yeah. Pick one.
But the first one I started with Jason Goes to Hell, like last week. So that's pretty bad. All right. Well, I guess Shane's not going to get a turn because he has terrible internet connection.
He's breaking up. He's breaking up.
But we appreciate the effort.
Yes. Thanks for coming, bud.
So, Damien, you get one last try.
Oh, great. God, I don't know. I kind of want to go with White Noise. because though
EVP the movie.
yeah, basically, though it is kind of kept my attention throughout the movie. Like I wanted to see what happened next, and there were a few moments where, you hear the EVP or you see it on, but it's also because I was once very interested in that stuff back in the 90s when it was all the rage on what was it, Discovery or one of those.
Sure.
Yeah, they had the whole
I was all into that stuff too.
That shows. So I used to think it was cool, but I rewatched it and I was just like, yeah, I want to see how it ends because I haven't seen it so many years. But at the same time, I was like, this is kind of stupid. This is pretty friggin' ridiculous. And then at the end, the ghosts, the three evil spirits, which haven't been acting in the physical realm, personally, all of a sudden just come out of nowhere and break him into pieces, kind of thing. Snap all his bones. It's like if they had that ability, why do they need the EVPs and this dude over here? What's the point in that? They could have ended that movie so much better. Anyway, it's not a good movie. I will say that what's his name?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, as always, did a fairly good job of the acting in this movie. He's Michael Keaton. But the overall premise and execution and the connecting the dots and stuff as it went, it just, when you really look at it, it's like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Any of it. It makes no sense. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. So
yeah, I when that movie was coming out, I was excited for it. I saw it in the theater, and because it was I was into EVP when in the 90s, because I think everybody was into that kind of weird stuff, especially our age. And when White Noise was coming out, I had Michael Keaton going for it. It looked cool. The trailer was actually really good. I still think the trailer sold that movie better than the movie itself.
I mean, look, the cover is freaking cool. I mean,
give the marketing team props. They did a good job of advertising this movie. It's just the movie itself is
I know nothing
not
about
good.
this movie. I never heard of it. So.
I'm surprised, Dan. I figured any of us, you would know.
Michael Keaton. I'm a big Michael Keaton fan, so it's amazing I hadn't seen something he's in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's only got 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. Seven.
There are 7% of critics who liked it.
Now I'll say this: my first two movies, Fear.com and Alone in the Dark, had even lower scores.
Well, yeah.
But
at least White Noise has Michael Keaton doing his best.
Yeah, he didn't do a bad job. I mean, he was Michael Keaton, playing the character.
It was at the nadir of his career, though.
Yeah. But I mean, he could have done better. But I mean, everybody else in the movie was just kind of extras.
I don't even remember anybody else in the movie,
other than what was her name? Sarah, played by Deborah Unger, who also was mostly just kind of an extra in the movie. I mean, anyway, yeah, nobody else was really there doing anything other than Michael Keaton. So, yeah, not a good movie.
No, not a good.
Not recommend.
Good pick though, because it qualifies as a bad horror movie. It's so bad it's not even worth watching.
Yeah, not worth watching.
What the?
What the heck? Are we getting some EVP in here? What the heck?
I'm gonna watch that movie later.
Oh, what? White Noise?
Yeah,
God be with you, sir.
Michael Keaton movie I hadn't seen. You messed up and brought it up. Now I got to sit to another crappy movie.
The first half, you're like the first part of the movie, you're just like, what the heck? And then the next part of the movie, you're kind of like, what's going to happen next? And then the rest of it, you're just like, what the hell?
Using EVP in a ghost movie is a good idea. Like in The Conjuring or something. If you want to use EVP there, that's great. Yeah, fine, go for it.
But this whole thing's just.
But the whole movie's about EVP.
Yeah.
Sometime in the future, I'm going to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a Michael Keaton movie. Watch it if you like Michael Keaton. But
I hadn't got to episode 5 of Alien Earth yet.
Yeah.
Oh God, please! You can stop. Trust me, it only gets worse.
Got so much other stuff to watch right now.
What doesn't?
Yeah, I have not watched any Alien Earth, and from what everybody's saying,
I got to episode 4, and it just bothered me a little bit, and I hadn't watched no more of it.
It made me so sad because I had expectations.
I don't like fembots. I don't like them fembots.
I do like fembots, but not fembots that are children. Okay, so I get one last pick, even though we're over an hour and a half. So I mean, if you have to ditch out Thrash, go for it. But I'm on the same length as Halloween Resurrection. Let's talk about Hellraiser Revelations. This is the found footage Hellraiser movie. This was made on like maybe a budget of $20, and the script was probably written on the back of a cocktail napkin. This movie was basically only made so that the studio could keep the rights. And this is the same studio that had been churning out direct-to-video Hellraiser crap for decades, like maybe like 20 years. Yeah, it's like 2 decades. And then they come across with this, and yeah, they're like trying to jump on the found footage bandwagon from Blair Witch Project and stuff like that. And it's just like these 2 kids who go down to Tijuana, get drunk, and find the puzzle box. And hilarity ensues, as Thrash would say. But they didn't get the actor to play Pinhead. It's a completely different actor who he's great in Big Love, but as Pinhead, he's terrible. Especially in this movie, because it feels like they just brought him in. He was like on his lunch break from another movie or something. They brought him in, put him in the Pinhead makeup, and said, "Here, say these lines." And most of the movie
hammered
actually
a bunch of nails into his
most
head
of the
real
movie takes place after this, like long after this, where they're like watching this videotape in like this dining room. These 2 families that hate each other are like sitting down and having dinner and talking about this videotape and where their missing children have gone. And there's body swapping nonsense, and like nothing is actually happening, but it wants you to think there's a lot happening. And like I said, I've seen movies made on budgets as low as this that are actually really good. Even not found footage. Like you could make a good movie on a shoestring budget if you know what you're doing. This movie,
If you try.
this movie wastes the $20 it had to spend on the budget.
Here's a kicker. Here's a kicker for you. I've got the Hellraiser box set back there. It actually has that movie in it, and I have never seen it yet.
I don't recommend it. It's by far the worst Hellraiser movie. And that's saying a lot to anybody who's sat through all the Hellraiser movies, because
it's even worse than the one in
Some
space.
of them are pretty bad.
Yeah, some of them are pretty bad. Yes, it is even worse than the one in space.
It's kind of hard to beat that one.
So yeah, Hellraiser Revelations with an honorable mention to any of the direct-to-video Hellraiser movies. They're all pretty bad. There's the one it's kind of like fear.com. It's about a website. Hellraiser, what's that one called? Hellworld? Yeah. The only good thing about that one is Lance Henriksen and Henry Cavill are in it. A young Henry Cavill. It's kind of funny.
Well, of course, Hellraiser, of course Pinhead would have his own, website. He's got a, he's got such sites to show you.
Sites, S-I-T-E.
Yeah, sites.
See, if that joke had been in the movie, it would have been worth it. Such websites to show you. So even though we're running long, I'm fine. If you want to like just give out your honorable mentions, because next week what we're going to do is we're going to talk about real life horror movies, which is not like movies that are based on real events, but like movies that don't have any supernatural or sci-fi elements to them, but that are horror movies. Think like Silence of the Lambs or Wait Until Dark, something like that. That's what we're going to do next week, right before Halloween. I still haven't decided what we're going to do the week after that, Damien, but I'll keep you informed.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and rattle off a couple of my other movies that are on my list. I've only got a couple left. Rest Stop, which was another schlocky early 2000s direct-to-video horror movie that makes absolutely no sense. The Gallows, which is probably the worst found footage movie, and again, that's saying a lot. It's like a bunch of kids, like drama kids, and they're being haunted by a guy in a rain slicker, and he has a noose. And that's his scary slasher weapon is a noose. Yeah, terrible movie. And last but not least, the remake of Poltergeist. Why did they remake Poltergeist? And why? Just everything about this is bad. Even Sam Rockwell
was like a
bad.
perfect movie. Why would you want to remake that?
So yeah, those are my honorable mentions. Do you have any, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Just rattle
Yeah,
off.
the honorable mention would be one called Santa Slays with the irreparable
God.
Bill Goldberg as a Santa Claus on a killing spree. that one that really belongs in the toilet.
I'm sure Bill Goldberg would agree with you.
Any movie remade in the last 3 years that involves Popeye.
What?
And any one of these horrible Popeye is a horror movie icon.
Oh, it's another one of those like public
in the last
domain things. Okay.
which has turned Popeye into the Slayer Man. They are all worthy of being on any toilet movie list out
That's
there.
pretty funny. Okay, Thrash, what about you? You got any honorable mentions?
The only one that we haven't touched on is the 1979 Shape of Things to Come Star Wars ripoff.
Yeah,
It's just very bad.
yeah. I love Jack Palance in that movie, but he has no idea what he's doing in it.
He
Is that the one where
he did for a paycheck.
big old
you can
rubber
tell.
brick or something?
Was what?
Is that the one where Jack Palance gets hit in the head with that big ass stone rubber brick thing that
Yep.
bounces off his head? Like
Bounces off his head. Yeah, I don't know if even that would even qualify as a horror movie. It's more of just like a schlocky, terrible sci-fi movie.
Sci-fi movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars ripoff.
Star Wars ripoff, yeah. That could be a subject. Yeah, we could talk about
Star Wars
ripoffs all day
ripoffs,
long. Maybe we'll do that next month.
Well, Alone in the Dark was almost like an Aliens ripoff, but without.
That's true, but there's a lot of those too. That could also be a subject.
As we've discussed on several occasions.
Creature and
Seminoid.
all of those.
Intruder from Within.
There you go. Yeah.
My personal favorite.
Okay, Damien. So your honorable mentions.
Phantoms, 1998. I have not seen that movie
movie's
since
the bomb. I don't know what you're talking
probably 1998, but I remember it sucked.
What the hell are you talking about, boy?
about. You could probably put any Dean Koontz adaptation on this list. Most of them are terrible.
Except for Phantoms, that's a good movie.
I like Phantoms. Okay?
I haven't seen it.
I don't
in
care what
years.
anybody
I
says.
just remember I didn't like it. Is all. It's why on my list. House
You
2
didn't
would
like
be
it.
another one.
Did such a good job acting in it.
Yeah. House 2
is bad. Yeah, I like the
was
original
not
House.
good. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it since like probably 1991 or something, but it was not good.
That's another Canadian horror franchise. Yeah.
Is it? I didn't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
That. House
I didn't
House
know.
was good. I liked House. House
Yeah.
2 was not good at all.
There's a third one. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a House 3. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it either.
and then,
it probably would also belong on this list.
I'll throw in the Slender Man movie,
Oh, God,
which
yeah.
I was forced to watch part of it before I just walked away because my daughter wanted to see it, and I was like, no.
Be sure to barricade it, Keith.
Yeah, don't watch that movie. It was dumb.
Agreed.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I
Okay.
got for now. I have other ones I could mention, but they're very controversial, and many people might not like that.
So Thrash, what do you got going tonight?
I'm going on at 7, and we're just basically going to be doing like a Hollow Month, talking about Halloween and stuff. People will probably bring other topics as well, and I'll certainly entertain them. But the theme is going to be Halloweeny stuff.
Halloween.
Hope to see you guys all there.
I'll be there in the comments for sure.
I'll be there if my internet holds up. There's apparently a really big storm a brewing.
Ooh, another one. Great.
That don't
came-
usually work
It
out well.
came through here this morning. It was pretty bad. So.
I just got
Okay, you're
one.
right,
earlier.
Indy. That's actually pretty clever.
I think I'm about to get round 2 right now here in a minute.
Super. So,
Oh,
I will
Chrissy
see-
has been watching.
Hey, Chrissy. Good to see you. Hope to see you tonight. So,
Hope you're able to get some work done. I know you're busy. Okay, Dan, do you got anything to plug?
Oh no, I got nothing going on. I'm gonna kick back, wait for the storm to hit, and when the power goes out, I'll probably check out a few more pages of this really cool book you wrote.
It's good by candlelight.
Yeah.
I always read it when the power goes out and I'm trapped, which is
Yeah.
a lot more often than you think here lately.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I got a video on It's Alive, the original, the good one, coming out in like half an hour, actually like 15 minutes now.
He says
And-
that. He says coming out in 15 minutes, and it'll be 45 or an hour before I get it on my computer. or my
I keep
phone.
getting notifications from your dog, man, constantly. I get notifications for videos you uploaded like a month ago. It's weird.
Well, my dog's cool, man.
He is. It's a very cool dog. I agree.
I think your dog was a she.
My cool dog is a girl named Sophie.
Okay, she's cool. Yes.
But
Yes.
I have another dog that's a dingo named Duke, named after John Wayne because John
Somebody had
Wayne's
to say it.
cool. And Duke went out at 3:00 in the morning to go to the bathroom last night. And Duke got a hold of a big old skunk, and Duke got sprayed. So it's been a smelly, horrible day of having to deal with skunky dog around here.
Yeah.
Get some tomato juice.
Yeah, that's not my problem, and I'm not dealing with it.
So next week, me, Dan, Thrash, and TBA will be here to, like I said, discuss real life horror movies where there are no supernatural or sci-fi elements. So think about that for that next week, guys. And until then, I'll see you later, and never be ashamed of what you love, as long as you're not making a really bad horror movie.
Thank you and good night.
I don't know why there's such a